Okay, we are doing AI presentation with Fifth House of Creativity. Let me know if this sound quality here works. Okay, I'm gonna just move my computer so I can look at you, you can look at me. Yes, perfect. Okay, awesome. So AI prompting and presentation with Fifth House of Creativity Inc. I am Amethyst Amaris. We're bringing you Harmony workshops under my record label, and we just got a lot of stuff to cover for AI. But what I'm going to cover, you'll see next. I love these little graphics, and this cat in particular, I put that there for you. Let's see. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay if your camera's off. It is okay if your camera is off, no problem at all. You don't need your camera on, it's okay. Just let me know, like, leave in the notes if the sound quality goes off or if anything gets cut off. Leave questions in the chat or anything like that, that's perfectly fine. And yeah, just feel free to ask anything or tell me to slow down or anything like that. Okay, so brief intro is what we're gonna do. We're gonna cover the process, inspiration plus input. And then we're also going to cover prompts, which is also, I call that your ingredients. And then we're gonna cover like a variety of the tools that you can actually find in AI. Because I don't just use Midjourney. I'm gonna show you guys. I do absolutely like everything when it comes down to AI. I've like converted all of my like businesses and everything that I do to AI now. And then after we'll do like a Q&A and then you like we'll cover like the questions that you're asking. So yeah, as you can see, I have my graphics all set up on my Canva. I love, love, love working with Canva. That's going to be like a repeat offender here on my on my workshops. This Canva is like the greatest tool. But anyways, brief intro. Welcome to our AI prompting workshop. I'm Amethyst Amaris, president of the Fifth House of Creativity Inc., and I'm thrilled to guide you through this exploration of creativity and technology. Today, we'll uncover the power of prompting and how it can revolutionize your creative process. There we go. So as you can see here too, if you look at the pictures, okay, I want to point this out. The pictures are here, and then my face right here. Okay. The pictures are here, and then my face right here. Okay. I want to point this out because this is going to keep coming up where, yes, I found a way to put my face into the AI. And I sometimes even accidentally produce my face in the AI because I have done over 100,000 prompts and I've programmed the AI to like just look like me by default. So there's a lot of open AIs, and I'm gonna mention it over and over again because it's just nutty to see because I did photo shoots and I was very meticulous with my metadata on Google. I have a very good digital footprint and I connected my photo shoots to that as well. And because I did that, as soon as I started doing AI and I was introduced to doing AI by Jungle Flower, I was introduced to it by, she showed me Midjourney, December 2022. And she showed me pictures that she had inputted of pictures of me. And I was like, oh, this really looks like me. So then I went into the AI and I literally wrote, Amethyst Maris doing this. And then it just showed me. And I'm like, whoa. So I don't even have to add a picture. It just shows me. It was like absolutely nuts. But then when you start to realize how it selects its data off of the internet, then you realize somebody like me with a digital footprint where my face is always very upfront in my pictures. I always show different angles. I show what I wear. The AI will include my style. Okay. The AI will include my art style. If I go ahead and I put art by Amethyst Amaris, then it'll show me an art style that's unique to what my art style is. And you're gonna see when we get into doing prompts, that's a common thing. If you put someone else's name, different things start to come up, different things manifest from it. Okay, so process and inspiration plus input. Just like what I was talking about before, this is really important. Okay, what did you eat today? What is your body running on? Okay, let's think about that. Okay. What is your body running on? Okay. What is your inspiration running on? What beauty has enticed you? And start there. When we think about doing art and AI and all those things, a lot of times it can be daunting because we don't even know the first thing that we should put in. And the first thing that you should put in is the thing that interested you that day in the moment. And it could literally be something as simple as, oh, I saw a beautiful snail today, and I would love to create some art about this beautiful snail. And maybe I can make art about shells. Maybe I can make art about this, like even like slime, like the most crazy things. And one of the things that I even like to do is if we're going to go down to something as like small as a snail, literally I will put biomimicry of snail, biomimicry of shells, and then it would then embody it completely inside the AI image as well. But that's the most important thing. Before we start anything, and I touch basis on this with my songwriting and beat making workshops. I even talk about it when I'm doing our press releases, because our press releases, you need input, we need assets. So think about that. Your inspiration is your biggest asset. So, what can you do every single day to inspire yourself to look at the world like the world is art? Because the world is art. We are here to experience it. And so, since we're here to experience it, we just have to say, oh, that fish in the water, those koi fish in the pond, they inspire me. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous fish, right? The water inspires me. But we can go on and on about the different things that can inspire us, the inspiration and everything, but that's the most important thing. Another thing about when people ask me, so how do you do this with your AI or how do you do that? I watch so much I watch so much Faker Fortune. I watch so much art mysteries. I watch documentaries about art. I watch documentaries about musicians, about like architecture, different things in the world. I don't just focus on one medium of art. I've learned to become a student and inspired by the world in of itself. And because I do that, I can then say, oh, I've been inspired by Rembrandt today. Not Rembrandt. He's a very, very bad man if you actually look at his life story. But just for example, the artist Rembrandt, his photos, when you put it in AI, it comes out crazy. It comes out amazing, right? So there's different styles. Like I could put Caravaggio in a style, I could put Da Vinci into a style. That's one thing. Then I can go and I could put Toshio Osaka in one, and I can create anime with it. See? So there's so many different ways that we can input. So now we're going to kind of get into the world of prompting. And like here is a newer prompt. So I love my images that I did. I'm so proud of them. It's so funny because, like I was saying, my faces and everything on these AIs. So, like, you can see even this abstract one over here has my face pictures and my face as well. But I use a variety of AI tools to help me complete my task. I use Midjourney predominantly for art or graphic design gigs. Midjourney is probably the greatest one to use for AI art, but it is not the only one to use because it does cost a lot of money. I have invested a lot of money in Midjourney. For someone that's made 100,000 uh, pieces of AI art, I I am okay with the investment that I've made because I know how much that investment is going to return in the future, and it's how much is returning for me right now. And just also one of the things is I feel like I am responsible for training the AI to kind of teach us some things. And when we get further along in this, you're going to see what I mean. But I want you guys to take a look at this prompt right here. Now, the Midjourney prompt here says extra detail, Cupid's arrow. I found a hack, okay, to get photos that look like this, super detailed and everything, before you put anything. This is why I use the term ingredients, okay? Because if you take food, right, and say you have marshmallows, okay, and you want to get vegan marshmallows and you're looking for vegan marshmallows, but you see that their ingredients still has gelatin in it, but the gelatin is at the very end of the ingredients. And you're like, is it really going to affect me or not? And chances are it actually might not affect you that much because it's at the end of the ingredients. That means that it's a very, very minute amount that is actually in there. I still wouldn't suggest it, but the thing is that's how you have to think about AI ingredients. So, like, say if the Kool-Aid says that the sugar is at the very front of it, You don't want to drink that Kool-Aid because it's just too much sugar. There's basically all sugar in that, right? So now with that idea of how ingredients works in food, then let's think about how ingredients works in AI, right? So extra detail. That's the first thing that I put to make sure that it whatever comes out has extra detail. Sometimes I'll even put my name at the very, very beginning of the prompt just to make sure it really shows my face. Sometimes I'll just keep my name at the end of it so it only has the essence of who I am rather than the full entire thing of who I am. And then you'll see here it says Cupid's arrow. So that's what created this arrow here. And I put it at the very beginning. So that's why it predominantly, oop, hold on one second. I'm going to close this down. I'm going to close some of these things down so I can make it work. Make it work better. Okay, here we go. My computer's giving me warnings because it's saying your sound quality is going to get messed up if you keep doing this. Close things, close them. Okay. Anyways, so Cupid's arrow, passion. The reason why I put passion in there is because you will literally come up with some lifeless looking people in the AI, and you gotta put that they're a passionate person, or like you gotta put if you want them to look angry, you gotta put if you want them to look clueless, you have to put if you want them to look like they have a soul, right? You actually have to input those things. Those things do not automatically come. Like the other day, I think it was like yesterday, I put into the AI 25 minutes of pure happiness. And it just kept showing me this video game white man with a scruffy beard. And I'm like, who is this? And I know that that prompt is like that and created like that because somebody somewhere manipulated those words to affiliate it with that person. And quite possibly it was already somebody that looked like that. So he's probably putting it in his own pictures. I digress. It's a lot. But I was like, that you're telling me that's happiness? That's the real happiness up in here? Okay. So, and as you can see, then I also put in the style of curves. That really helps out as well. DMT elves, I'm telling you, it's so crazy. The art, like as you can see, like the ears and everything that comes out. I guess everybody is like into this phase of DMT elves in the AI world. And yeah, so a lot of great stuff comes out of DMT elves. Elusive upper class, you know what I mean? Japanese kanji scroll, magic toad. Oh my God, guys. I put that in there and some of the art that came out is incredible. I love putting like kind of like esoteric but also magical creatures, creatures that live in our world but aren't real, their magic isn't really all the way perceived. I really like to do that. That is so important to me. And then we also put one of the most interesting artworks of the year. You can literally tell your I want to create the most viral image possible. Guess what it's going to do? It's going to give you something good. It's going to give you something real good. Yeah. Okay. So then glamorous pinups, dream core. I know, like, we all hear about these fads of cottage core, dream core, but these are actual really good styles to put into the AI. These actually really work out good. Just keep that in mind. Like, you see a little style and you're like, why do people keep saying cottage core? Or, like all these random names. And actually, no, it looks really amazing in the AI art. It looks incredible. Um, Gigantic scale. So like some AI like Midjourney can allow you to zoom out. So when you put a gigantic scale, it really puts it super close up to it. And then basically when you're doing the zoom out, you're zooming out from this person. So then you can actually manipulate it because it's going from like zoomed in here and all the way out. And then you can actually then create video with that as well. Or you could create a slideshow that's very impactful as well. And then we have here in the style of photorealistic fantasies, figuratively textured monumental figures and bulbous. Bulbous cracks me up because bulbous is literally a word Midjourney suggested to me to describe thick women. How do you even know what bulbous meant? Okay. The last time I ever heard what bulbous meant, like the word bulbous, what's his name? Roald Dahl when I read the book Twitches or whatever. When I read that book, I'm like, That's a little rude. That's a little rude. Okay, so moving along. So here's another prompt. Your favorite paintings, movies, and music videos have a description. Integrate those things. So literally, if you feel stuck on inspiration, one of the greatest things that you can do is then go Google a movie or film or something that you saw, a comic book, anything. And guess what? In order to then sell that product, they have to put the details about that product in the information. And then what you're going to do is you're going to copy and paste that and you're going to put it into your prompts. And then you're going to customize it. So you're not stealing the whole thing, but you're going to customize it to yourself. So as you can see here, this here is probably about a 200 word prompt. And like I said, I don't only do 200 word prompts. I have some prompts that are literally like just one word depending on the word that inspires me, right? But as you can see here, Amethyst Samaris flying on a red eagle underneath depict a world of celestial connections. I'm not going to read this whole thing. You'll be able to take a look at it. But as you can see, it even what's really important is defined backtrack to excited. Remember, I said about passion. You want to make your people look good. I remember for a first few weeks that I was doing the AI, the people kept coming out looking dry. And I'm like, what's going on? So I would literally have to put baby oil on the skin or lotion skin, things like that in a safe way so I don't get flagged, right? And another way to avoid if you're trying to use certain words and those words might actually get you flagged because the context might not be inappropriate, but the words might seem inappropriate to the system, then what you would go ahead and you would do is create a sentence out of it. Don't just go ahead and put um she's hanging from the ceiling because you're trying to describe that somebody was like dangling off of a swing, right? And then the AI is like, "Excuse me, are you trying to lynch someone?" Right? You actually have to describe your words. You have to actually describe what you want to put on. To us, we're so innocently thinking, like, "Oh, she's hanging on this off of the ceiling," and we don't realize what that could also be perceived as from the AI, which is a computer that is virtually an infant. Okay. The infant is trying to understand what you're trying to talk about. And the same way that my kids will assume what I'm talking about, the AI will assume what I'm talking about. And twice, twice as many times, it will be wrong. Here, let me turn down this. I'm looking a little light bright. Hold on. There we go. Oh, there we go. A little light bright there. Okay, so moving along. Oh, and I also did want to kind of show a little bit more. Hold on. So as you can see here, I actually added synesthesia. Synesthesia actually gives a very cool color effect as well. I put stretch marks, hyper realistic skin, hyper maximalist, and then even for like if you can see here with I put Torii Gates, Jinja, Kami, Shinto, anyone that's into like Japanese like architecture, spirituality, you would understand like those things kind of work with that Japanese essence without blatantly putting Japanese into it. Um, because those things aren't just only Japanese culture, and I want to be very careful with that as well. Like I don't like to just say this is one culture when this is an entire like Oriental, Southeast Asia even culture as well, and Hawaii even uses some of these exact same things too. So here, then we can also go ahead and we can look at how I did the nails. These ones right here, like these kind of descriptions and stuff. Those descriptions are a lot older. I don't have to put all those things because now I've programmed the AI to a point now it kind of automatically does some of these things. But because I had to input it for so many months first. So, but yeah, and even like if you want to make sure that the face looks a certain way, you go ahead and you put that in there. A lot of times we'll go ahead and we'll say like, oh well, the AI doesn't do this, and the AI comes out like this. Sometimes the AI comes out looking like me, and all you had to do and not be mad at me for making the AI look like me, but all you had to do was then put in different information, right? As you can see, even here, like I put so many different people in the description from Demi Moore to Zoe Kravitz. It still came out looking like me with my essence because I'm in the front line. Remember what I was saying about ingredients? I'm in that top line, so it comes out. As you can see, this is the version at the bottom. At the very, very bottom, it says V5.1. So this is extremely old AI. And what ended up happening was each of the AIs I kept mastering it, and then then they get a little corrupt. And then they keep looking like me, and it was a little frustrating. So then we had to really start training it not to look like me, which is essentially what you're gonna start seeing when we get further along in the pose. Okay, so with over 100,000 of AI art, I learned that it's boundless and that it's a freedom we as a people are just now experiencing. Now, as you can see here as well, you can see I am able to do interior design. I'm able to do architecture. I even have created emojis that you can like someone can sell on Twitch as well. I've learned to program it to do particular graphic designs. If I wanted to, I could do 3D printing designs. I could do blueprints. There are so many things that you could do. And again, like this is the older version of AI, where as you can see, like you're seeing this large list of words. But don't be intimidated and don't be scared. You do not have to come up with that many words now because this was the work that we put in before. As we're moving along, I'm going to show you a lot has changed. Now, look, this is the latest version of the AI. A prompt can be many words or simply a few. I've made incredible art by just saying imagine, because in Midjourney, what you'll say is imagine slash, and this is on Discord. So imagine slash, and then you put your prompt. And my prompt here, Wambele Luta, which means red eagle in Dakota language, Dakota and Lakota language. At dusk till dawn, genius mind discovering the cloud atlas. So like I said, you can literally put a one word prompt. You can put like so many things, or you can put a little bit. Now that AI has now been taught so much, and people like myself are constantly programming it on a regular basis, you don't got to do that much. If you want to leave a little bit up to chance, then go ahead. Put a few words, but if you really want to have full control over it, even one of the settings that are on the mid journey is that you can go ahead and you put raw style on it, and then it gives you more power to completely control the image. So then if I wanted to now manipulate this image here and I wanted to add to it, I would go ahead and I'll remix it, and then I could say I want to add a peacock in the background, and it will add a peacock in the background using that same image loosely based. Okay, and as you can see here, Wabi Luta at dusk till dawn. Gorgeous image. Honestly, he's Bay if he actually existed. Hey, right? So this one here, small prompts, latest version of the Midjourney, and look at it. It came out incredible, high definition and everything. Didn't have to put anything. And the reason why I do prompts like this, imagine now if I wanted to make a movie and I start to train the AI on Wampire Luta at dusk till dawn. And this is what I do with my animes. This is what I do with my comic books. A lot of times people are like, oh, how did you get this anime? What anime did you use to inspire? And it's like, no, I took a prompt of my idea, and my idea, like say Psalms of a White Tiger, anime by Amethyst Samaris. And I just put that in there, and I just kept putting it in there and putting it in there, and then it came out, right? With something like that, I would also add black anime just to make sure that it only puts that, right? Only gives me black characters and multicultural characters. What's funny about this is people are very scared to like oversaturate things and say, oh, well, if we only put black characters in the AI, then it'll only produce black characters, and nothing could be more wrong. What race in this entire world has every single color and every single type of feature? AI knows that. AI understands that every single person is basically a black person. It understands that, right? So when you actually go ahead and you put black anime, it's not going to just show you just a black dark skinned person. It's going to show you a variety of people. And that's why we have to stop diminishing the value of saying black anime or diminishing the value of inputting black people into it. And one thing that you should also really, 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 really make sure that you always input. If you are seeing the AI is not putting darker skinned people, say go. You can keep your regular black anime going if you like the images that are going, but make sure you put dark skinned characters, dark skinned people, right? It's very, very important do that. It's extremely important to do that, right? We live in a world where there's erasure and we can't let people like this be erased, right? Okay, so we are actively teaching computers, and so is the collective. But one person's impact can affect the masses. I use the example of my face now being a default character for most open AIs. If you put words that match my prompts, like see here on this album cover, this was on the Architect album cover, came out like my essence and everything. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys ideogram, and we're gonna start like kind of closing our stuff down. Oops. Okay, so ideogram is one where you can actually input words. Okay. Um, so here's some of like the ones that I did. My partner's artist name, eighth letter. This one's from an album, capital duty copy. And then each AI requires a different conversation. Every AI that you use is going to be different, just the same way that your friends are. Learn to talk to AI like your friend. Don't be rude, because what if it grows legs one day, right? We don't be rude to technology. It might grow legs one day. Okay. So try every prompt at least 3 times before deciding if it works or not. Don't quit just the first prompt. Sometimes you just need to teach it to understand what you just said. A problem, address it. You can tell the AI what you want. For example, no deformities helps in cases where the AI keeps coming out a bit wonky. And this isn't saying no deformities on the body. No, this means like if the AI keeps producing 10 fingers on one hand, or like somebody's leg is behind them over there, that's what I'm talking about with deformity. So I want to be very clear about that as well. Um, Okay, so here I'm going to be like sending this out, this list. These are all different AI tools, amazing AI tools, and they're just really, 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 really great tools that I use. Some of them are like Lala AI is where you can do stems for your music. Pika Art is where you can do create videos, text to video, or take your pictures and make them videos. Genmo, you can do text to video as well. Midjourney, we already talked about that. Almanac is where you can actually create courses. So if you're like into courses or teacher, or you want to grade and stuff like that, that's an AI for you. InVideo is an AI where you can actually go ahead and write out a script, and then it will create stock footage or AI footage to go along with that. As I said, there's a ton of stuff, like even here, there's a video translator. So if you have a video, it's in English and you want to translate to every other language, it doesn't work as well, and you will have to get an editor to look at it, but it does really, really help. And I have had a few successes with it. Okay, so like these ones, when I send this out, you'll be able to click these. It'll be kind of like a website link that I'm going to be sending. So you'll be able to click onto all of these. DID is an AI that you are actually able to, so if I take an image or a person, like a picture or anything, and then I go ahead, I can put sound to it, so audio, and that means that I can now create a faceless channel without having to have my face involved with it. And this AI character or picture, AI art, can speak for me. And you'll see some of my videos, I've done that. That's what I use, DID. And again, like I said, Gemo's really good too. They just recently launched their video text to video AI. So now I'm just going to open up the floor for some questions. Some questions. So you can ask away if you have anything to ask. But overall, overall, you can go ahead and ask whatever you want. But yeah, and the next time what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna cover doing like video prompting and creating a talking or singing character. We can also do troubleshooting your creative desires. Like let's create in ways that set us free, right? So like something that happens a lot is we can kind of get stagnant in our creative endeavors and not knowing like, okay, well, I really want to paint, but I just don't have these tools to paint. And don't let that hold you back, because as you'll see with my music workshop, I playlisted in the meantime before I got to making my own music. You'll see with books and stuff like that, I wrote ebooks in the meantime. There are things that you can creatively do with AI right now that you could now do in the meantime until you reach those other creative desires and those other things that you want to create and you want to do. I will provide like a list as well. There's another AI that I found where it's an AI where you can actually type in the sounds that you want to hear, and it's kind of crazy because it makes like stock free music, and some of the stuff that you could put is absolutely bizarre, right? But and it can help you. So if you're wanting to create programs, and you're wanting to like make space for a YouTube channel or something where you can spread your message to the world, right? So these are really great tools for that. And let's see. Okay, so let's read this out loud. Okay. You mentioned the older AI. Do you mean on certain AI, Midjourney, for example, it being an older version, as in the software, the apps get updated, or based on people using it and building relationship and developing the inputted programming of how it's been taught? Oh my God, that's an incredible question. Okay. So basically, every few months, they always come up with a new version of the AI because this is open, and so what's happening is people are constantly adding to it and people are constantly correcting it. So that means that it's constantly evolving and constantly being corrected. So that means that they always have to come up with new ones because the old ones are kind of corrupted. Like I said, I accidentally corrupted some of them with my picture. But yes, so all the AIs, because we are in a crazy, crazy time period right now. Everything is coming out that's super new, and it's just really, really brilliant. All of the things that we're seeing right now. But yeah, with Midjourney, since I've started using it in 2022, it literally has had it was V1 and now we're in V6. And it's actually I interrupted the system, not corrupted it. Bars, bars, bars. Yes. And yeah, like it's really amazing because there is a lot of evolution that's going on with the AI right now. And I just really, really hope that we can all kind of like start using this programming and start using it and inputting like what we actually see, what our worlds are like, what our lives are like. Because once we start doing that and teaching the AI what the real world is like and what our real morality is like, it's gonna be a whole different ball game. I will be going into how to create with Chat GPT next time. With Chat GPT is you can actually create cohesive plans. This is what I do. I came up with a plan for my workshops, and I knew that I wanted to do a certain thing with all these workshops, and I went to Chat GPT to see if this plan would work, and it gave me a plan to make it work. You know, yeah, the morality is the key. The morality is the key, and I feel like, us with a high morality compass, and that doesn't mean oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just letting you in now. I'm just seeing you. You're super late, but I'm going to be like posting this. I am going to be like posting this up on YouTube and everything like that. I'm actually going to be coming off of here in just a second. So sorry. But I'm going to be sending the YouTube video out, and I'm going to be sending out all the content and everything like that. It's going to come with some workbooks as well. So you guys, not necessarily a workbook, but it's going to be a website link so then you guys can start tapping into it yourselves. But Zoom's going to kick me off in any second now. Thank you, Chimigwech, for coming. I love you guys so much. I will definitely be seeing you guys on Friday for press releases and EPKs or next week for the same workshop AI prompting. All right, guys. Love y'all. Love you guys. Bye.